Good evening, everyone. Well, good night, I should say. It's Thursday night here. I just found it hard to go to bed after that result of the fourth T20 game between Australia and India. How good was that, lads? How good was that? Eh? Just doesn't get any better than that, eh? You know, when a team like India scores 167 and you have so many doubters out there who think, oh, it's just a modest score. But guess what? You can defend a modest score pretty well. So that's what they did. But before I talk about unpack today's game in detail and preview Saturday's fifth and final T20 game, I just wanted to introduce not introduce, but mention about my academic tutoring school. If you see the logos on the top left corner, called the Roki School of Excellence. It's an academic tutoring school that tutors years 5 to 12 mathematics. Group classes and private classes, or individual classes they call it, are available throughout the year, and enrollments are also open out throughout the year. So if you have a child, if you know of any friend, family, or loved ones, or anyone who might be interested, please do ask them to contact us. My wife looks after the enrollments and the admin side of the school, whilst I'll take care of the fees and the class syllabus. Okay, so please do get in touch with us. We also teach a bit of octopad, which is an electronic percussion instrument that plays a lot of instrumental sounds on pads using sticks. Interesting, hey? And then we also teach a bit of jazz drumming. So jump on board if you're interested. We'll be happy to help and answer any questions you might have. Okay, on to the game today. Oh my goodness. Once again, just like the MCG game, Australia win the toss and decided to bowl. Great choice, not a bad choice, but guess what? If you also saw Surya Kumar Yadav's interview post-game, he also had mentioned he wouldn't have regretted batting either anyway, because even if he won the toss, he would have chosen to bat. So it was a good batting wicket. And I thought, to be honest, India started the game in pretty reasonable form. You know, the Shubman Gill, with his partner Abhishek Sharma, try to get things going. I know Shubman Gill didn't get his 50, pretty stiff, but I thought he got the momentum a bit going. And then we had pretty disappointing batting towards the middle order. And then we had people like Washington Sundar and Aksa Patel, 21 not out, to try and sort of, up the run rate a little bit towards the end. Wasn't the best score. There was questions in the headlines saying, will India make over 200 runs? Well, guess what? They didn't, but they didn't have to, because they won the game anyway. So it doesn't really matter, does it? So I thought it was a really, really well fought game. And to be honest, if I just take a minute to go through the actual slides, not even slides, dissect the scorecards here for a sec, guys. You look here, India made 167 for 8. And if you look down here, Australia started the game pretty well. Their run rate was up and running. It was not until wickets like, Josh Philippe onwards that you could say that India, until Josh Phillippe's wicket fell, and then from that moment onwards, where it was all India, till then you would thought Australia were in the driver's seat, kind of, because you look at this, the scores here, they were 5 for 98, and at 13.1 overs. Yes, they lost half their side out, but guess what? They had Marcus Stoinis, Glenn Maxwell, they had a bit of Ben Dwarshuis, they had a bit of hitting to come, guys. And Glenn Maxwell, being a Melbourne Star supporter myself in the BBL, if he gets going, he's unstoppable. He's a match winner. He can take the game. He can make or break the game by himself, even at BBL at international level. So when he came to the crease, to be honest, guys, I was quite nervous, because he has a very good, anticipation of the game and where it's at and what to do to take it back Australia's way. And I was worried he was going to do that, but guess what? Thanks to Varun Chakravarti bowling an absolute beauty to clean his stumps up, I guess that wicket really put India in the driver's seat, because after Maxwell, there was Stoinis, but Marcus Stoinis only had tailenders to deal with. So it was a very, very, evenly fought contest till 5 wickets went. And once the 5th wicket, Philippe and Maxwell went in a consecutive overs, literally, it was all India after that. It was a matter of time till India would wrap up the game. And that last wicket, Shubman Gill, you dropped the catch in the ball before. And I was worried where you cost us the game. Nah, you wouldn't cost us the game. Even when you dropped that catch, Australia were miles behind, miles off winning. And then guess what? Adam Zampa was kind enough to give you another chance by hitting it out to you again, and this time you caught it. Make no mistake. So, well done. I thought it was a great team effort. Wasn't perfect. India didn't play to their 100% game plan, but that's okay. They didn't have to. Because I thought the bowlers, if you look at the depth here, I thought a lot of them contributed very nicely. The bowlers, I thought the pick of them was Washington Sundar, followed by Shivam Dubey and Aksa Patel. And every single bowler who bowled in this lineup took a wicket. So I thought it was a good even contribution, with Washington Sundar being pick of the bowlers. And I thought when it mattered most, they really stemmed the bleeding of Australia. And when Maxwell went out, I thought India did a very good job in taking undue advantage of that and keeping the game in their control. Okay, because that was very important. Because lose today, guys, Australia would go 2-1 up. And it literally means that India has to win the next final T20 game to at least level the series. But instead, it's the other way around. India have won the game. They take a lead, and guess what? All the pressure's on Australia to win the next game. Because Australia, there's only one way out of it, guys. Australia have to win the next game to at least tie the series. If the next game gets washed out, or if it's a draw, or if it ends up in India winning the game, India win the series. Bye-bye Australia. So, at the start of the series, when India lost an MCG game last Friday that I went to, the mantle was on India a bit. But guess what? Since then, they've come from the clouds and they've shifted the pressure and blowtorched Australia. Their message to Australia is like, okay, over to you, Australia. Let us see what you have for us at the Gabba this Saturday night. So it'll be a very, very intriguing battle, guys. It's a crucial game. I know India have taken the momentum, 2-1, but they cannot take the fifth game lying down, okay? It's a crucial game. They have to be on their toes because Australia will be desperate to tie the series. They don't want to lose this, okay? Remember one thing, India is probably the best T20 team right now going around. So Australia have a lot to play for in this. If India win, it's just further icing on the game. If they draw, if it gets washed out, they win the series anyway. But Australia, their only hope is to win. They have to win to tie the series. They can't win it now. There's only one more game, okay? Unfortunately, the first game got washed out or called off after a few overs due to bad weather. So it puts India in the box seat, but Australia will come into this game with nothing to lose, guys. They will try and do everything they can to try and tie the series. So they cannot take this game lying down India. It's at the Gabba in Brisbane, so the same state as tonight's game. Tonight was at the Gold Coast, and the fifth game is at the Gabba. That's another bouncy wicket, so you expect the guys like Ashdeep Singh, Jasprit Bumrah to have good effect, as they did today. It's a good batting wicket, so I cannot imagine the team getting changed or being changed over to Saturday unless there's any injuries or they want to put some new inclusions. I thought if I was the selectors, I'd try and keep the same players for India for the next game, really, okay? Now, before I go any further, I would like to give my votes for the games, and my votes from the following, okay? So these are the votes. The 3 best players on the ground. Now, I'm not being biased. I know they're all from India, but that's not because they're from India I voted for them. I really thought they all contributed and made a difference each. Okay, so that's the votes. First one, Shubman Gill, 1 vote. Yes, he was stiff to not get his 50, but I thought he gave India a pretty decent start and got the momentum and run rate going to the best of his ability, till there was a little bit of collapse and then it was recovered in the end. So, well done, Shubman. 46, look, you didn't get a 50, but it doesn't matter. You played your part to get India going. Number 2, Aksa Patel, the man of the match of today's game. Now, I was going to give him 3 votes, but you know, I felt there was another player more deserving for 3 votes. I'll get to him shortly. But Aksa Patel got 2 wickets, 21 not out with the bat, carried it in the end, and I thought he got some very critical wickets, no doubt about that, because, you know, if he didn't get those wickets, we don't know. You know, it could have been all Australia. So he gave a few runs, but I thought when it really mattered, he really got the crucial wickets. I think of Travis Head and 1 more batsman. So well done, Aksa Patel. Well deserved 2 votes. And last but not the least, if you guys are smart enough, you'll probably figure out who I'm going to give it to from the bowling. Yes, Washington Sundar. It is 3 wickets, deserves 3 votes. Yes, he didn't get player of the match, but In the end, he wrapped it up pretty nicely with some good wickets, a good LBW, caught and bowled, and I thought he was fantastic. Got the big wicket of Marcus Stoinis, because Marcus Stoinis is another warrior. You let him hit, he can take it away too. I've seen this bloke at BBL level, another form of T20 cricket, for the Melbourne Stars, and boy, he's such an aggressive hitter. So, well done, Washi. Well deserved 3 votes. You got 3 wickets, and they were crucial wickets. You got them at crucial moments, and your wickets helped put the game back in India's favour in those moments. Okay, so I probably will leave it there, guys. I won't say much more because that's pretty much it. India were fantastic. It's all over to Saturday night's game at the Gabba. Over to Australia to see what they've got to try and tie the series. I remember Mitch Marsh being interviewed by Adam Gilchrist saying today that 167 is probably on par with what we thought we would get them at, but they lost some very crucial wickets towards the end. And when guys like Maxwell went out and Stoinis went out, that was game over. It was all India. Just tell me which batsman after Marcus Stoinis and Glenn Maxwell down the Australian batting order can do it all to win the game on their accord. I don't think anyone can. Okay, you can't rely on them as much as you could rely on the likes of Philippi, Maxwell, Stoinis and all. Okay, so feel free to comment your thoughts, guys. Please subscribe to this channel if you haven't by hitting the subscribe button. Please feel free to circulate this channel to anyone who you might know who loves it. The more subscribers, the better. I'll appreciate that. And my next video will be about reviewing Saturday night's game. Hopefully talking about an Indian victory, but guess what? India can't lose the series now, okay? Australia can, but it's binary. India cannot rule the series. It's over to Australia. Or they tie the series. Simple. Okay, so, there's only 2 outcomes that's going to happen. So, I'm going to review that game, and then what I'll do is I'll probably just do a quick review of all the entire series and give my final 3 votes. 3 best players across the 5 games. I'm hoping to pick one from Australia as well, because I don't want to be everyone on India. There's been some very good players from Australia too, but India have been the better team since the Melbourne or the MCG game last Friday. So it's really hard to not select the 3 players to be from India, to be very honest. Okay, so take care, guys. My next video will be out after this Saturday's game, hopefully talking about a victory. Have a great weekend. Enjoy the first full weekend, the second weekend on upcoming weekend of November, I should say. And yeah, looking forward to chatting with you in my next video. Take care and bye for now.